Oh, it feels like purgatory. Right, good morning. That's I might give you a clue what we're doing today. We're doing the entire length of the Chesterfield Canal, all 46 miles. The part that's rideable. There is some sections which are footpath, and I'm not going to go down them because they're really narrow and the canal's derelict there, but I'll do as much cycling on it as I possibly can. We've got about 5 or 6 miles to Staveley where we can follow the canal all the way, and then after that there's 9 miles that's derelict. Some bits we'll pick up, some bits we're going to have to go around on the road or bridleways, and then from the portal at Kiverton and the Northwood Tunnel, the eastern portal, we're all the way to West Stockwith. So I'm doing a quick 2-night bikepacking trip, 110 miles. But the Chesterfield Canal here, just literally on the outskirts of Chesterfield Centre, it meets the River Rother just here. So the two converge, and then at the other end is the River Trent. So yeah, let's crack on. I'll tell you a bit about it as we get going. And let's enjoy, apart from these nettles. Well, let's go. Cheers, buddy. Thank you. Ooh, bank's gone a bit there, look. So, a few facts for you about the canal, because you know I love my facts. Opened in 1777. This was James Brindley's, the famous engineer's, one of his last canals he designed, and sadly he never got to see it open. So 64 locks, that's number one. Right there, beautiful little bridges on here, they really are stunning. Tapton Mill Bridge, number one. Ooh, and a finger post sign. If you've been watching my channel recently, you know I've got a bit of an ongoing project to bag these finger post signs. So if you don't know anything about them, they were put in the year 2000 by Sustrans, funded by the Royal Bank of Scotland, and there are 4 designs. There's over 1,000 of them. There are 4 different designs, and the upkeep of them is by local volunteers within each area. So as you come across them, they're all different colours, and yeah, they're fantastic to see. You go on the Sustrans website. Obviously I know Sustrans have announced they're going to be changing the name soon, but it's still Sustrans for now. If you go on the website, you can volunteer to help maintain those finger post signs. Yeah, they are cool to see. Morning. Yeah, so 64 locks, I think, I could be wrong, 84 bridges, and they are beautiful, they really are. Hello again, thank you, cheers. So we're just coming up to lock 1A or 2. Hello. I think the tunnel's 1A. Not sure why it's called 1A. Yeah, Tapton Tunnel number 1A. And there's a lock. So this is Tapton Lock Visitor Centre. It's been closed for a bit, but I believe there is plans to reopen it. It's got a cafe in it and stuff. Visitor Centre. Yeah, so those lock gates there, 2016 they were put in, and I believe a bit further up today, Turner Wood after Kiverton. One end, there's a pair of new gates just gone in. They were fitted yesterday. Whether they'll still be fitting them today, I don't know. It's nice to see, won't it? So Chesterfield Canal is probably One of my favourite canals. Come on, Em. Not because I live close to it, but it's just so pretty. It's a narrow canal, very narrow, which I think is what adds to its character. But yeah, there's some absolutely beautiful stretches. I mean, this stretch from Chesterfield to Staveley is lovely, but the stretch from Kiverton Park to Shire Oaks, come on in, probably my favourite stretch of canal. It's absolutely gorgeous, which you'll see when we get there. The sun's out at the minute, it's forecast to rain this afternoon, but the fact we've got on in. In fact, we've got some sunshine and some lovely early autumn colours, late summer. It'll be lovely on there today. Water's normally quite clear up there. So when the Norwood Tunnel collapsed in 1907, it basically severed the canal in two, and this end kind of got left to rack and ruin really. So it was restored. Well, it's still undergoing restoration. The Canal Trust down here, Chesterfield Canal Trust, did some fantastic work. There is plans to restore the 9 miles that's derelict. But yeah, the Norwood Tunnel collapsed in 1907, severed the canal, but the end from Kiverton, the Norwood Tunnel portal, to the River Trent at West Stopwith, still navigable, and you do get quite a few people on canal boats using it. And there's a ton of locks. I think there's 24 locks on that short section up to Worksop from Kiverton. Stunning. There's some trebles, absolutely stunning. It really is. But you'll see as we go along. So I know further on, after Retford, the towpath gets a bit grassy and narrow. So I'm hoping this rain we've had in recent days hasn't made it too boggy, because I've stuck with the gravel tyres. So we will see. This is Brimington Wharf. No surprises, that's at Brimington. So if you've never ridden this section as well, this is the southerly point of the Transpennine Trail, Chesterfield. That's the Chesterfield train station. So Leeds to Chesterfield to Leeds, start at the station. I did do a video on it earlier this year with Lisa. Come on in. And that is also a lovely stretch, the south to north, north to south route. Most people traditionally take the Transpennine Trail west to east. But yeah, I can highly recommend. 67 miles it is. Lock number 3, Wealdon Mill Lock. I might not point them all out because that could get a little bit tedious, couldn't it? All 64. But I'll show you know what canal lock looks like, but I will show you the trebles and that log fly there, because it's stunning, so idyllic. It reminds me at times of the Mon and Brett Canal in places. That's another beauty, which is under threat of closure, I believe, which would be sad. Come on, yeah, apparently the use of the local, the river, I forget the name of the river now, the use of the river nearby to top up the canal levels, I think it's been revoked, or planned to be, so there's talk of just closing the canal, which would be a huge shame. It's beautiful. And when we were there in May, and we rode up that stretch from I forget, Howell I think it was, to Brecon. So busy. I think it's one of the busiest canals I've seen, with day boats and hire boats, canal hire boats. It's a lovely holiday boat. yeah, it'd be a huge shame if that went. Windy. Thought it might be a tail today, but not looking like it, is it? So, believe it or not, late 70s, early 80s, this was derelict, all overgrown, full of weeds, and you wouldn't recognise it as a canal. It's an absolutely fantastic job. See if I can find you some pictures. The transformation is amazing. Thank you. Cheers. Well, I tell you what, I ride on this section a lot with Lisa, but so good for you. Just beautiful. It really is. Just coming up in about a mile, we've got Hollingwood Hub. There used to be a railway station there, believe it or not. I have pointed out like previous vids. There's a nice cafe there now. Morning. There's another walk, that's Dixon's walk. But instead of having to point them all out. Stop it. You're boring. Start to think I'm a lock spotter, and this is lock number 22. I'm not. I did think cool. And here's another. Oh, I've got a full of facts, me, aren't I? Some useless, some not. The modern lock gate, invented by Leonardo da Vinci. Yeah, there's a nugget for you. In. So yeah, lock gates existed before then, but they were just square at the end, butted up to each other, and subsequently leaked. Whereas Da Vinci came up with that idea of the angles so that they could close up tight to each other. Hey up. And yeah, there you go. Cool fact that. I only found that out myself a couple of years ago. Vast, huge. So there's Madeline, the canal boat. You can get trips on that. Taps and lock up to here. Cool. So just left and right here, there's a bridge abutments, and I have mentioned it before. I'll just very quickly show you. That's a placard there, 1892. That used to be over the tunnel in Chesterfield where the train came in. Which is now the A61 that runs from the outskirts of Sheffield Centre. Between the train station and the Crooked Spire. If you look on a map. And the tunnel, believe it or not, or the bulk of it's still there, hidden behind that huge ugly concrete wall. There's videos on YouTube of people going in it, but you're not supposed to. Yeah, it's cool that it's still there. So just down to our left, around this bend, you see the canal actually carried on here, went down there into a little wharf. Many years ago. So this is another really pretty little section. I've never seen a canal boat on it, only paddle boarders and kayaks. It's absolutely lovely, so serene. And the council have recently resurfaced it in the last 6-8 months, I think. Pretty good. It used to be a bit of a bog fest down here, so it'd be interesting to see what it's like in winter. This will be the first winter with it resurfaced. We'll see. Yeah, it's lovely. Look at that. Beautiful place. Stopped and had a spot of lunch there a couple of times with Lisa. It's lovely. So the Chesterfield Canal is also known as the Cuckoo Way, so called because it was named after the boats that we used to use here to transport coal and iron and stone, which were called cuckoo boats. So there you go, that's where that name comes from. Now the Cuckoo Way does actually, you can walk part of it off over to the right, but we're not. We're following the canal. And like I was saying earlier, there is plans that this will be restored, this 9 miles. I'm going to put a new tunnel in because the old tunnel's irreparable and I need to get some locks in. And hopefully we can show you the old lock fly that's now derelict. A lot of it's gone. So you can, so the boats can't get up. So it'll be extensive and there's quite a lot of houses gone up on the path of the old canal. Some stretches you can still walk alongside and it's obvious it was a canal and some bits are just gone. So there's plans to reroute sections. It'd be amazing if they could. Whether I'll see it in my lifetime or not, I don't know. It would be nice, but you know, big ask. Take some money, but we're getting there. So we're just about to come up on the new bridge that was put in nearly a year ago now. Replaces the old railway bridge that went over the canal. There's an old railway bridge up. Directly under us was a railway. Show you. So you can just see just down there is the canal and that's where it ends, and that down there is the path of it. So the original path of the canal goes round, right round to the left there, and that's going to be the next section they plan on restoring. So for now we're going to have to run along the old Great Central Railway on the Transpennine Trail up towards Rother Valley Country Park, but we'll pick up the canal bed before we get there. So let's crack on. So the canal's come back to it, literally just over this little bump here, just to our right. Obviously dry, all overgrown. You can even tell it's a former canal bed on this section. Nature's really reclaimed it. And then further up it opens up, so I'll show you that when we get there. So here you are, look, so the Great Central is just there, 5-6 metres that way. So I've never been on this section actually. There's the canal, look, all there, look, so it's very overgrown. Here's the towpath. So we'll follow this for a few minutes. I'll show you where it's back in water and then we're going to nip on the GCR until it picks the canal up again, because the canal meanders off and round. Yeah, cool, I've never seen that bit. So you're discovering new things with me today. Once we get past Worksop, all uncharted territory for me on this canal, so we'll be discovering it together. Yeah, oh, I tell you what, it's quite deep here. The bank's quite wide, quite deep, sorry. Yeah, this section doesn't look like it'd take much to restore, to be honest. Oh yeah, cool. There's actually a bit of water in it. There you are, look. There's the canal. And as you can see, hopefully you can, just ends there, just under that bridge. It's all blocked off. There's a housing estate around the corner. Yeah, cool to see. Right, we're going to follow the GCR for a bit because it just goes round through a housing estate and comes back and joins alongside the old railway. I'll show you that. So the canal's currently 100-150 metres over to our right, and then it comes back round and joins alongside. Come on in. What I've never been able to work out is we're on a big embankment and the canal just appears. I'm guessing the canal stayed high up on the hillside to our right. There must have been a couple of locks to get it up there. So the canal is just about to join back up the old Great Central Railway. Just here, the canal's just coming in from our right now. Yep, so the canal's alongside now. Well, there we are, look. That's the towpath. There's the canal. And there is looking back down the towpath, look. Great Central Railway there. Towpath here. Canal there. It's awesome, isn't it? Look at that. Like a little tunnel taking you down. It's cool, isn't it? Right, let's crack on. So there's the canal again. Look, you can see it's now a path running through it. The GCR is just down there. So yeah, there's the towpath running along. We're not going to take it because it goes up and just cuts through a housing estate, and the canal totally disappears. You just end up walking on a road. So we're going to follow it around and we'll pick it up where the abandoned locks are that took it up towards the Norwood Tunnel. Right, pick the canal back up. Look, lovely little bridge there. So yeah, we pick the canal back up, and then just past these houses here is the old abandoned locks that took it up towards the Norwood Tunnel. So happy days. I've just come out of Rother Valley Country Park, so it weren't too bad. I've not missed a massive amount off. I mean, you're missing out on an industrial estate, so I'll leave you the camera on. And you can see this is a stretch. I've never done this stretch before. I've always come down the road from Kiverton, so it'd be cool to see. But now, so yeah, you just see the old locks on the right there. Look, actually now just bits of brick and stuff, all dammed up. The canal looks full of leaves and stuff. Just see the remnants of the walls, look. See, been bricked up. So whether they could be restored, they possibly could. It would be cool if they could, wouldn't it? Yeah, it's mad. So again, it kind of disappears here. Can't see it because it's someone's house now. see, look, so you just see bits of the canal, look. Oh wow, that's cool. Wow, black swans. Never seen black swans before. That's beautiful. So this is clearly what was part of the canal. Yeah, look at them. They're beautiful. Wow. Never seen them before. Very inquisitive. Either inquisitive or aggressive. One of the two, but there's an old lock, look. So yeah, hello. They're beautiful. Look at the feathers. Wow. Wow. That's awesome. That's so cool. Hello. Slick here. Yeah, there you look. Lock and then the canal disappears again, so you just get bits of it. I'm not sure how they'd install this section. We're going to go under the M1 soon. And it looks like we've got the canal again. So these buildings were part of the canal system called lock cottages then. Yeah, we've got the canal again, just the other side. Yeah, bizarre, there's actually a lock just there, look. It's coming up there, and then this opens up into this basin. And I'm guessing the tunnel portal is probably somewhere up here. At the time when it was built, it's one of the biggest tunnels on the British Canal network, the Norwood Tunnel. I think it was built in the 1770s. It's impressive engineering that they could do back then, isn't it? And you consider there was no heavy machinery like we have now. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So the canal path's just down to our right, but I can't see much that resembles a canal. From what I gather, the M1 did cut quite a bit of it out. So just to the side of the M1 is the old colliery site. I think it was Kiverton Colliery. Oh, I can see the path, I think. Just down to my immediate right. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, I'm glad it's not winter. So the tunnel's somewhere underneath us now. Just heading into the old Kiverton Colliery site. Keep your wits about you on this one. Looks like the ground's not too bad though, even after the rain we've had this week. I was a bit worried it might be a bit squirrely under the wheels on some sections. But it seems to have fared up quite well. There's a bit of a breeze which normally dries ground off pretty quick, doesn't it? gravel. So where are we going, Bobster? Right, going down here. That's chunky gravel there. Not riding on railway ballast that. This is the former site of Kiverton Park Colliery. Black open. It's not a nature reserve, not gravel path. That's when they repurpose things, isn't it? We'll be picking the canal back up in about 5 minutes. Tunnel's still underneath. Oh, these are narrow, these ones. To squeeze with flared bars, I'm sure. We've got 32.5 miles left for the River Trent. So this is technically a footpath, however it's very wide and more than passable on a bicycle. If you don't mind going through one of these daft gates. The horses on here are quite friendly. Well, I say friendly, they leave you alone, put it that way. They're always on here. I've never had a problem with them. So, tunnel's still underneath. In fact, we're very, very close to the actual alignment of the tunnel. Surprisingly, through directly on it. Not far off. Morning, Mr. Horse. Right, so there's the Norwood Tunnel Eastern Portal look. So we've come directly over the top of that. And there's the canal look. You see it down there. So what I would say is if you're going to come across that footpath I've just shown you on an e-bike, they're a bit heavy. If you can't get through these gates, I won't bother because you're going to have to pass your bike over there if not. Yeah, there's the canal again, look. So it is still in water in the tunnel. They open it up every 5 years or so and sail a little boat in and check it's not collapsed anymore. But yeah, so that's the canal. There's a winding hole just down here where you can navigate from the Trent to here. I won't come past it because it's very shallow. You can do that. But we're going to ride it, so we've got, I forget now, I've just said answer. It's a 32. Some distance anyway. Right, so let's crack on. So this next section after Kiverton Park Station, probably my favourite section of canal. It's stunning. So yeah, let's go. Oh, we've just come past Kiverton Park train station there, and we're now on the 31.25 mile stretch to West Stockwith, where we meet up with the Trent. It's a lovely stretch. Thank you, buddy. Cheers. So just down here we've got, not far, a couple of miles, we've got 22 locks in a 5 mile stretch. So that's a lot of locks. So if you're on a canal boat, have a very busy day coming up here. People do see it. I see posts on Facebook all the time of people navigating it. But it's such a lovely, quiet stretch. Like I said, the stretch from Kiverton to Shire Oaks is beautiful. Probably the best stretch. Love the little bridges which we've got coming up. Lovely, peaceful, idyllic. It's absolutely stunning. It really is. Bridge 32. And when you think the bridge is coming out of Chesterfield, we've probably got up to about 6 or 7 before the canal turns. So that's how many bridges were on the section, and locks as well. I think we were at number 3 or 4, and then I think we pick up 20 something down here. I can't remember. I'll have a look when we get there. But anyway, as I was saying, this canal's most famous shipment was from a quarry at Northampton, which is very close to here. And when the Houses of Parliament was burnt down and rebuilt in the 1830s, the stone from that quarry was shipped down the canal to the Trent, so it could be shipped down to London. So there you go. Thank you. You were going that way, she was going that way. Thank you. Really is. Doesn't matter what time of year you ride this. Very wet in winter, this towpath, and muddy, but it really doesn't matter. It's stunning. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Fortunately the sun's kind of gone behind a cloud, but normally you get this lovely dappled sunlight. Oh, there it is, look. Just as if to say, here you go, I'll turn your light on. Beautiful. Look at that. The light just comes down through the trees and lights up the water. It's beautiful, it really is. I mean, I gather from people who live on canal boats that this is one of the most picturesque stretches you can get. Beautiful, so quiet, generally always quiet. Bridge 33. Oh, I've stopped numbering locks and start numbering bridges. Bridge number 33, come in. Yeah, not as clear as it normally is today, but you can see the bottom. Normally you can see all the way across. There's your first treble lock, look. Beautiful. Look at that. Awesome. Absolutely glorious. Now this is the 5th one. You get a treble, 2 singles, and then 3rd single. Just beautiful. Such a gorgeous stretch. I love it. So peaceful. Number 7, just in this little section. Oh, this is a double. Is it a treble? Another treble. 4 below treble. So you got upper and lower, and then in between. Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. I mean, if something like that will make you feel good, nothing will. Absolutely amazing. Look at this. Oh, I'm getting nowhere faster because I just keep stopping. to take photos. Every time I come down here, it's just, I tell you what, it just grabs me. So beautiful, absolutely stunning. I hope the camera's showing how beautiful that really is. Just chatting to a chap right there, I was saying it's probably one of the most beautiful in the country, and he was saying he's a local, but he just goes up and down here, but he said a lot of the boaters will say to him it's probably one of the prettiest. It really is stunning. If you watch the YouTube channel Wobbly Runner, Paul is his name, lovely guy, I've met him. He does a lot of like historical explores around this area, and he'll show you the canals and the history of them and the old railways. He did a fantastic one on this canal not that long ago actually. Wobbly Runner. I'll pop a link in my video description, because if you're into history of railways and canals and stuff, Paul does some fantastic videos. And if you live sort of in the South Yorkshire, Derbyshire area, wealth of videos, it's definitely worth watching. Thank you very much. It's a beautiful day, isn't it? Not a problem. You have a nice day. Well, this is nice. Here you got double lock, Turner wood double, and just to the side of this little bridge. Lovely little cottages. The footpath goes down and under little steps, and the steps this way as well. Oh, the main gates there. Well, they don't look new, do they? Must have been open every other time I've come down here. Yeah, look at the swans here. Beautiful, look at that. Hey, up my ducks. Bridge 36, oh, stop it, bridge 36. Oh. I haven't got hope for you, I'm sorry. Well, I have, but my dinner. Got signets here, look. Yeah, idyllic. Imagine living in one of these houses here. It's lovely. That they're not funded. Oh yeah. Thank you. You weren't tempted to push him that way. Oh, there's Shire Oaks Marina, look. Looks like you used to be able to get out over there. On bridge 38A. Pretty lock and a big quaint little bridge. I'm not going to tell you what number that one is. you ever noticed on canals or cycle paths, whenever they're tarmacked, they always get bumpy where the trees undermine them, push the tarmac up? You don't really get that on gravel. So wherever there's gravel, you don't get the trees pushing under. Very strange. I mean, I'm guessing perhaps the gravel and the hardcore below it has got a bit more wiggle room, so it tends to move a bit more under it. Therefore you don't notice the humps. Only a guess. Very clear here, the canal. Oh, I'm about getting ready for my lunch though. We stop after Worksop. That section around Worksop's a bit horrible. There is, just down here, a couple of locks down, there's a pub right on the side of the canal, which nice beer. Probably not stopped today, it's still early, only 20 to 12. I'm not an alcoholic, so a bit early to be stopping for a beer, I think. It's a Marston's, it looks like it's got hotel accommodation as well, this one. Oh, there you go. I'm not even sure it was open yet, to be honest. Oh, it is, yeah. Looks so tempting, isn't it? Nice day. Oh, exist. Look at pretty boats. Another lock. Not the lock count for a while. Let's see what number we're on. Number 48. And we started at 1. There you go, so there was quite a lot missing out through the abandoned section. I mean, obviously I showed you the 3 or 4 locks of where they used to be that were now just a bit overgrown and bricked up, but at least we saw them. Don't know how many were on the section that we didn't ride along. Nice bit of all industrial heritage there, so I'm in uncharted territory now. Worksop's just there. I've not done this stretch before, so it'd be interesting. The path's turned straight away, look. I don't even know if I'm supposed to be on it. We'll see, won't we? To believe that some parts of this are footpath, some bits are multi-user. However, if you go on the Canal and Rivers Trust site, there is a section called Cycling the Chesterfield Canal, and it just sends you the whole way. So, I don't know, let's just plod on, see what we find. Probably narrow here, look. So, the next town en route is Retford. Very shallow in the edges there. You never know. I've just been through workshops, just instantly gone quiet. But it's lovely. I can find a bench, stop and have a bite to eat. There's a lot coming up. No swimming. You're not kidding. Definitely got a bit more rugged. This is going to be a slow afternoon, this. Oh. Yeah. No, this is not quick. Oh. Whoa. Remember to keep standing up and hit these divots. God, the saddle's just firing up through my spine. Thank you very much. Thank you. Whoa. Definitely got to have your wits about your ear. Luckily some geezer's just been cutting the grass, so it makes it a little bit easier, because there's places where you can't bloody see a thing, and you've got about 3 foot, or what you think's 3 foot of riverbank to the side, and it's not. You're about a foot from the water and it's just all weeds. So yeah, it's definitely a lot less civilised after workshop, so you've really got to be paying attention. You can't look around as much, which is a shame, because if you hit a rut, you're in. So I've got to kind of be on it as to where my wheels go in. You know what I mean? These little ruts, you kind of just got to ride them, but it is lovely. Still not found anywhere to stop and have my lunch. I should have had it at workshop, shouldn't I? Oh, I feel like I've got a puncture. I have indeed. Always bloody back wheel and all, innit? Hello, sheeps. Right, get this changed then. Flat as a pancake. Never mind, not take long. It's pretty narrow, look. I was just chatting to that guy who was doing the grass cutting when I got a puncture. He said it's pretty much like this all the way to West Stockwith now. About 20 mile, so I'm going to guess it's going to be a bit of a slog this, but we'll see. Can't find anything in my tyre, unfortunately, so I'm not sure what punctured that tube. Obvious signs. Some patches, so I'll probably repair that tube tonight. If there's a spare. Still not had my dinner. I'm pretty hungry. This ain't bad. If it stayed like this, it'd be alright. It's not, it's the rutted, bumpy stuff. I'm using a lock as well, probably. Locked as well. Help. This is Osburton Lock. My jacket. Yeah. What I wanted. Yeah, that's crap, isn't it? Just that gate was locked, so I had to crawl under it, and I sort of snagged my jacket on a nail or something. Not even that old. Very frustrating. Oh. Feels like purgatory. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's just so bumpy and rutted. Progress is very slow. I mean, I'm lucky if I'm doing 7 miles an hour. It's anywhere from 6 to 7 miles an hour at a push. You just about get a little bit of speed up and then scrubbed off again. I don't know if you can see how bumpy it is. Whoa. So we're just coming up towards Ranby, and then we've got Retford next. Whoa. Yeah, this is hard work. Lovely up to workshop, and then after it, torturous. Probably won't be so bad if you're on a full sus or a hardtail mountain bike. On a gravel bike, whoa, yeah. Hard going. Still we'll plod on. About 16, 17 miles left, I think. It's very slow going. Very slow. Whew. Oh, I'll tell you what, I was going to ride it there and ride it back the next day. I'm glad I made that decision not to. Oh, there is some sections which are not bad. Oh, pub. I'll tell you what, could definitely do with a pint. If I can get over there, I'm going for a pint. Of course I can't. Too easy, wasn't it? Damn. Well, I was hoping there was a bridge round corner I could just nip over for a pint. Never mind. Oh. We keep plodding. I'm just having a spot of lunch at Retford in a minute. It's about 1:30. So just as I got past work, so I thought I'll just find a bench up here. There was literally nothing. Absolute, it was rubbish. And then obviously got the puncture. Just a bumpy, rutted, horrible surface to ride on. So I don't think I'll be recommending this one after workshop. Although this stretch is nice. I'm at Retford, but it's only been like this for about a mile, if that. So yeah, I'm going that way. So I'll have to see what it's like. Not sure how far we've got left. 15 miles probably. Might be a bit less than that, but if it's anything like that last section, it's awful. You're so close to the edge. But like my missus just said, at least you can say you've done it, and at least you know it's not one you want to do again after work. So, but if I'd not done it, I'd always think, I need to do that. Anyway, right, I'm going to grab a sandwich and then chuck you back on the bike. Well, we're just leaving Retford now. We're rolling through. There's an Asda there, right beside the canal. Steps down to it if you wanted anything. I was thought I'd had a sandwich and just a me brew at the side of the canal. It was lovely. Try to look on the map. It looks like that's lot 59 by the way. So there were 64. So there'll not be many now. Next couple of miles are like this. And then it goes back to a footpath. Yep. Hey up. Yeah. Ooh, watch your head on here. Surface, and rather than humps, it's like ridged potholes. It's almost like someone stretched it apart. It's ripped. I don't know what's better, happy footpath or bumpy tarmac. Thank you. Cheers. Oh, that's me thinking it might be quite a nice run this next couple of miles long. Although I've got about 25 miles left today, so I did ride to the start, Chesterfield Canal, so that was about 6 miles, so I think it'll be about 60 miles today. Environment similar tomorrow. Oh yeah, thank you very much. Page 57. Got about 84 of them. There's a lot of bridges left, not a lot of locks. Oh god, how deep it is. About 5 or 6 foot deep. Very clear here, it's clearest I've seen it today actually. I don't know what's happened down there. Bridge 83, Misterton. So we've got about half a mile to the end now. We've just got a bit of nice, well, I think it's just the landing, innit? It's a bit more gravelly up this end, but it's been awful. There's a couple of places I've even had to just nip off and do a mile on the road just to give me back end a rest. Oh yeah, been a tough one this. Right, I'll chuck you back on. Last half hour. And then I'm going to meander down to Gainsborough where I've got a hotel tonight, and then we'll tell you about tomorrow. Oh, feels like I'm going to have a bit of a headwind as well on the way to Gainsborough. Feels like when the wind has it, being champing often, it felt like it's been from behind. Probably means when I turn to head south, it's going to be a bloody headwind, isn't it? Never mind. I don't think it's too far to Gainsborough. 8 to 10 miles or something. So we'll see. Thank you very much. Cheers, buddy. So yeah, definitely a canal of two halves. Well, it literally is a canal of two halves, isn't it? But I think the stretch Chesterfield to Worksop's lovely, and then literally that second lock on the outskirts of Worksop where I showed you that big old cooling tower, that chimney next to, I think there's no pumping engine house, literally just changed there. So like yeah, 30 miles of that, 30 no it's not, 20, 25-ish, something like that. Oh yeah, pretty brutal. I see some boats on here though. And a lot of these look like they're permanently sighted. There's a basin here as well, and then your final lock to get into the Trent, or out the Trent, depends which way you're coming, doesn't it? Right, we're stuck with end of the Chesterfield Canal. There's the last lock, look. I'm stood on the last bridge. So bridge 84, lock 64. Yeah, been a battle since Worksop, I'll be honest, but glad I've done it. I can tick it off and I don't think I'll come and do it again. So I'm going to have a meander down there just to pick up the Trent, and I'll show you when we're down there. Alright, so there we go, walk 64. Let's stop with, 65, tell a lie, 65. And there, a bit of a Trent log, for some reason, and I don't know, I always thought the Trent would flow that way. It's kind of flying north, isn't it? Towards Goole. It must be going towards the Humber estuary then. Yeah. But yeah, that's it then. So, thoughts on that? I would say Chesterfield to Worksop, beautiful. One of my favourite stretches. Literally the second lock as you're exiting Worksop. Horrible. Honestly, it's 25 miles I don't even know how to describe it. Probably be better on a mountain bike. There were some bits that were so bad I had to come off the canal and just like do a mile or two on the road just to give me back end a rest. But it was absolutely just bone shakingly brutal and so narrow in place. It was like 2 foot wide. You're thinking, I'm hitting these ruts, if I go wrong here I'm straight in. But you could really enjoy it. It was quite unnerving, I suppose, is the way you could say, because you're just constantly focusing on, right, I need to look at where my wheel's going. So glad I've done it. I won't do it again. So now I'm going to head down to Gainsborough. I've got about well, I ain't got 108 miles, have I? That's helpful. I've got some miles. I have no idea. I don't think it's that far. We'll see anyway. I think it's less than 10. Right, let's get going. Look at them angry skies. Not got far to go, to be fair, but yeah, it might get wet, might not. Oh, the train coming, results. Cool, I'm not a train nerd, honest. It's cool to see, isn't it? Nice bit of engineering.